Renee Noor, model, creative director, founder of Global Women Wealth Warriors, Wellness Hub, and GW3 magazine. I dedicated my life and devoted my career into helping women and girls to achieving their goals. I've been passionate about empowering women and enriching men. This opportunity in working with the Global Women Wealth Warriors have afforded me the pleasure of traveling outside of the country to be a support unit, most importantly, to help impact and change lives. Our ultimate purpose is to help others to become whole from finance, spiritual, mental, as well as physical. We know there are challenges and obstacles to get you to the next level. However, it's time for you to level up, boss up, and welcome to Power to Soar. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to not only the special edition for GW3, it's all about October, and we're so passionate about where we have a relationship with pink. We're in pink for a cause. I'm Renee Noor. I am the founder of the Global Women Wealth Warriors, and today it's Gratitude Tuesday. That's right, it's Gratitude Tuesday. We just finished kicking off for this whole new experience of 31 days of what pink truly does mean for us. And guys, let me tell you, pink is really my favorite color. But this month, it's so special because we're going to be honoring our breast cancer thrivers who've not only been able to have an experience with this disease, but also who's been able to survive through the experience as well. Plus, we have our incredible ladies. That's right, our incredible GW3 warriors, who's also going to share this conversation. We're going to have some of our survivors that's going to be joining us as well. So let's welcome our guests, whether you're on the Clubhouse or you're on YouTube or right there on Facebook. Make sure you put some green and pink hearts in for today's special episode of What Does Breast Cancer Mean to You, as well as what it means to us as we're celebrating our 31 days of breast cancer. So let's get started. Our amazing, beautiful co-host that always knows how to light up the room. Not only does she knows how to light up the room, she is all about family and how much she cares so much about impacting the lives of others wherever she may go. The one and only Miss Janet Alvarado. Let's go head on and make some Miss Janet Alvarado. Hey, Miss Janet, how are you doing?
Hello, Renee. Hello, everyone. Facebook family, YouTube family, and now, what is that? Roku family.
Roku family too. Yes. You're so precious. I love what you have on, Janet.
I love what you have on, Renee. I love the
artwork, thanks to the one and only Miss Thais Mills. And this is like a great collaboration for today as we're bringing out not only the whole pink, but always our Tuesdays is all about green as well. But you look incredible.
Thank you. And know, pink and green really complement each other. I never thought of putting those two colors together, and look how fabulous it is.
Yeah, well, the AKAs, this is their colors. And we have several ladies that are AKAs with the family. We have Dr. Sheila, that's an AKA. Dr. Lolita Walker, she's an AKA. And even one of my, Mrs. Eunice Johnson, she was also an AKA. So I'm very familiar with the whole pink and green. So I know it's wonderful to see this color collaborations together. Let's bring up our other special guest. We know for sure one of our great hosts with Miss Mary Kim Farkas. Mary Kim is in the house. Woo, 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 woo.
Hi, ladies. Everyone looks so amazing. Pink and green is the color. It is the color. Loving it.
We're all just looking so radiant today, guys. Yes, absolutely radiant. So how are you doing, Mary Kim?
I'm doing great, but I'm not ready for the fall. It's fall. It's rainy and cold in New York, but I'm here breathing. I'm I am full of gratitude, but I'm not ready to turn the heat on. I've got my electric fireplace going and I refuse to turn it on, but I'm doing great.
Well, you know what? I agree with you on that. You know, I just came back from the DMV and the weather, guys, they got me falling over here. There we go.
That is
I
all.
just came back from the DMV and I promise you guys, the weather was so droggy and wet and moist. It
Yes.
just wasn't the same. But Janet, how are you guys doing over there in Vegas?
In Las Vegas, it's actually, the weather is awesome right now. It's got a little chill at night and early morning, but we're at 70s, high 80s. So we're doing really nice. Today's these months are the perfect weather in October, are so pretty. And Mary Kim, I know you said you're not ready to turn on the heat, but that, just looking at your fireplace, how beautiful is that?
I know. I love it. I love it. It's like the whole ambiance.
Yes.
But yeah, it's wet and cold and rainy here. But I love the weather right now that you're having. You know, with that Vegas heat, it can get torturous, right?
Yes.
But having like that mix now where it's cool in the evening and nice in the daytime, it's like a beautiful mix. We just had that like a couple weeks ago and it left now.
Enjoy every moment, right? When you do have
Yeah, I'm happy. I'll throw in a coat, but yeah, I'm like, oh wait, no heat yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not going there, but it's great. I'm loving this conversation. You know, breast cancer is so important to talk about, and
it.
you know, there are people still who don't do self exams. There's women who are, you know, in their 30s or stuff who've never got a mammogram, right? And so I'm so glad that we're going to touch upon that today, and definitely the breast cancer thrivers. I should invite my friend. I've known her since college, and this year she was diagnosed with breast cancer, but now she's in remission. So it's really good. And I got to see her a couple days ago on Friday. And I haven't seen her this year, and I wasn't able to go visit her while she had the diagnosis and was going through her journey. But I definitely connected with her. But it was so nice to see her, and she was smiling, and she's a funny lady. So she likes to talk about like all the things that are happening wrong with her. And so we're sitting in the car and she's like, this is hurting and I got to work on this. I got to do this. And I'm like, I'm so glad I have my friend back and she's here complaining about all these things, but you survived breast cancer, you know? And she's like, haha, you know, we laughed. She knows my personality. I know hers, but it's so great because she was able to tell, she actually found out that she had a lump from doing self-exam.
See?
Yeah. And so she caught it early. She did her research. Like she was very serious about getting the research and doing all the, like talking to many doctors, and found one that she resonated with. And she went through the treatment, and she's reminiscent, right? Is that what it's called? Remission, sorry. So thank God. And you know what's interesting, Janet? And she knows this. I'm not saying anything that I don't talk to her about. She's always been a little negative-ish, right? And so while she was sharing about that she had breast cancer, she was all positive. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to hear that, because I was thinking while she was talking, am I going to have to like bring her all the positive stuff and pour into her? But she was there and she's like, well, I got to think this way. And, you know, this way it's going to help me. So, and it's all from being grateful for where she was and having that gratitude and just taking ownership of her health. So it was just a wonderful added bonus to my weekend to see her. So.
I love that. We definitely have to keep the positive attitude.
Yes.
And regardless if we're getting sick or not. And you know, that happens a lot. We're grateful when we survive something as big as that.
Yes.
But it's important to be grateful every day, regardless.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got a hot mic.
You know, I'm grateful for us being able to have this conversation about this, you know, because what we have to realize, 1 in every 8 women will have breast cancer diagnosed. And currently right now we have a room with 30 people, one in out of every last one of those individuals, somebody will have breast cancer. That's how you have to look at it, right? Because it has truly been impacting us no matter where we go. And some of the greatest things that we have to realize is what's affecting us with breast cancer is our eating habits. Truly, how the food that we're eating, how we have to take up sugar out of our diets. Ladies, I know it's hard, but we truly have to remove that sugar out of our diet as well, and just be very cognizant of certain things that you're doing, exercising, definitely doing your regular routines. And I realize, I truly have not only beautiful girlfriends that have been diagnosed with breast cancer, but they've been able to overcome it as well. We're going to bring up, ladies, one of our special guests that's not only a thriver of breast cancer, but then we're going to also bring our queen who loves to pay it forward by giving you your flowers. So first, let's go to the one and only, our Deja Maria, all the way from Hawaii. Hey, beautiful, how are you doing?
Aloha. Good morning.
Aloha, aloha. So gorgeous, so gorgeous. And then we're going to welcome our very own Miss Thais Mills. She'll be joining us shortly. But for right now, let's speak to you, Miss Deja. How are you
Sure.
doing? And happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday. I'm grateful to be here. I am doing well. Thank you.
You speak very soft, and I truly
I'm
adore that.
sorry. Is that better?
There we go.
Okay. It's a little
And
early here in Hawaii.
I may speak softer than what I usually am, I usually speak because with my travel, I'm still really getting reacclimated to everything. We left from DC. It was wet, it was moist, it was dewy, and sunshiny weather right here in Atlanta. And I love Atlanta for that, right? But sometimes when we travel, we just have a little lower voice. So if you could just speak up a little louder
Sure.
so they can hear us in the clubhouse, they can hear us on YouTube, as well as right there in Facebook. Now, I know you're a dear friend of our very own Miss Deborah Vick alongside with Shahati right there in
Yes.
Hawaii. So share with us, beautiful. You are a thriver with cancer, breast cancer specifically. What have your journey been like, Deja? Please share.
I am a survivor of breast cancer. It's been 4 years that I've been in remission. It was the hardest thing that I've ever been through. I don't wish it upon anybody, but I take everything with gratitude. And I can honestly say that I'm glad I went through it because it's changed my life for the better. I was diagnosed in 2017 and my journey ended in 2019. I had surgery, I had chemotherapy. I chose not to do radiation. I lost all my hair. And when you're fighting for your life, hair is not important. But in return, I gained a new perspective on life. I got close with my adult daughters so that they are aware. Early detection saved me. It saved me. It started out with my breasts looking like, how shall I say it, like an orange peel, one part of it. And then my nipples started bleeding. I don't know if I could say that. I'm sorry. And I went as soon as I found a lump. I do self checks regularly, and I did do it back then. And I was in stage 2 of breast cancer. By the time I started treatment, I was diagnosed as stage 3. I never had breast cancer in my family. I I never had lumps before, and then I chose to do a breast reduction, and 2 years after that, I was diagnosed. But everything worked out. Chemotherapy did affect my immune system, so I couldn't go back and work with the public. I was a school teacher for 13 years, and I also moonlighted as a MAC artist, MAC cosmetics artist. And so what I did was I refused to go on Social Security. I'm too young to go on Social Security, I told myself, and I started a business in which I'm an entrepreneur, but part of my business is we take part of our Um, what we make, and we pay it forward in the community. And I started with our cancer research, American Cancer Society here in Hawaii. I also speak as a motivational speaker in the cancer ward in our hospital, as well as online and in person.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. Just like what you said, it's not about whether you have it in your family, because 85% of women are diagnosed don't even have any trace of breast cancer in their families. So thank you for not only sharing your journey, but also educating us. Well, I know, being the one that you are right there in Hawaii, and I always look at Hawaii as a place that we're always eating great food, right? Healthy foods. That has, share with us what was it like for you? And I hear a
Um,
little clicking in the phone. I don't know where the clicking is coming from, but
not
let's just, yes.
here in Hawaii, we're I say we're a mixing bowl because there are many nationalities here, and we all come from different cultures, and each culture has food to offer. Whereas I'm Filipino, Colombian, Portuguese, each one of those cultures come with many foods. I was raised, I basically could eat whatever I want. I did not take into consideration until I became an adult about eating habits, and more so when I got sick, because diet plays a big part in it. I'm more conscious now, and I have to share that water makes a big difference. I encourage water, I encourage self exams, I encourage healthy eating, and like you said, get rid of the sugar. That's what I'm currently working on. I have one last thing I'm working on, and it's soda. It's the worst out of all. It's soda, but I'm slowly getting there with the help of uh she's a holistic doctor. Yeah,
So when you say you're getting there with soda, let's talk about it.
sure.
In your house right now, do you have soda in your house?
Yes, yes.
Okay, do us a favor. Go into that room, wherever that soda is, and pop open those cans and just pour it in the sink. In order for you to get rid of it, just get rid of it. We got to just start
I
getting rid
would,
of it.
but my other
Yeah.
half is the one that drinks it.
Who does?
My husband.
Have him give me a call.
Okay.
We got to save your life, Angel Baby. And
Yeah.
we don't need any temptations, because when you have things in your home that's tempting you, I think everybody in the family, what was so great, I got to share this with you, Deja. This was something that really worked with us while we waited for Thais. What was so great, we did this 21-day challenge. With the 21-day challenge, everybody in the entire home also was able to support us within that 21-day challenge. So it's important for your family to support you in your journey to save your life. It's
Yes,
important for that. All
I
right.
agree.
And I
I
don't want,
totally agree.
as of today, if you know those drinks are killing you, put them in a trash can. If they're not good for you, guess what? They're not good for him either.
I actually don't I'm weaning off. So I'm down to just basically a few ounces. And my doctor had me go on monk fruit. Have you ever heard of it? As a
No.
substitute for the sugar. And it's wonderful. I have to share that monk fruit.
Okay.
Amazon, it's wonderful. It substitutes sugar, there's no calories, and it's made a big difference in my journey.
Yes. Well, we love your story. We're
Thank
very
you.
proud of you as well. With the Global Women Wealth Warriors, we're going to encourage you even more so, even more. You
Can I
know,
just share something really quick?
yes, please
I
share.
I have three adult children and two of them are daughters. If you are parents of daughters and boys, because men can get it too, encourage them to do self checks. Both my daughters are large breasted and already are displaying lumps, so the doctors have them where my older daughter has chosen to remove her breasts and just get prosthetics so that she doesn't go through what I went through.
Mm. Wow. Wow. And how old is your daughter, if you don't mind us asking?
She's 27. She just had
20.
her second child. I have 3 grandchildren, and I'm expecting the fourth in 2 weeks. And luckily, only one is a girl. 3 are,
Yes.
the rest are boys. And that's what pulled me through. When you are facing something like that, and you get told that your life is on the line, you my doctor instantly told me, you do your treatment where you feel that you'll get the most support. My daughters were there every day supporting me, and I didn't have to be. They would come before work, after work, and it was just amazing. They gave me faith, they renewed my faith. And another thing is, God never left my side, and
Mm.
he's still here, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Well, look where you now. You have a beautiful woman tribe and a man tribe here with the GW3, and I'm just so proud of you. Just being encouraged by your family members is so important. And, I know the journey have to be one of those tough journeys, but we raise up our mugs to you because what we
Thank you.
realize that, with breast cancer, the education, early detection, that's what you indicated, early detection, it has literally saved over 37% of women
Yes.
with that early
and
detection.
And there are many different types of breast cancer. Mine was inflammatory, so my breast would get red. And
Mm.
it, it's so amazing how the doctors research and what they do. But early detection saved me. The doctor told me if I had waited 6 months, I wouldn't be here today.
Mm. Well, I'm glad that we're honoring you.
Thank
One
you.
of the greatest things that we wanted to do in regard to not only wearing pink, but wearing pink for a cause. Last year, we kicked off another breast cancer survivor experience right there in New York City. Mary Kim was right there alongside us as well. Prior to that, we've just really been celebrating those who are thriving for breast cancer since 2012. Since 2012, because we know it has truly impacted one of our lives, one way or the other. And when you mention men, Richard Roundtree probably was the first man that I personally know. Everybody knows him as Shaft, who came forward and who also admitted to having breast cancer and how he too was able to become a survivor in this space. So, guys, if you hear my voice, whether you're right there in the clubhouse, whether you're right there on YouTube, whether you're right there on Facebook, place in the chat who are some of those survivors we need to also call their names out. We want to raise up our pink flower too. We want to honor them. We want to salute them because it's so important for us to do what we need to do, but also for them to know how much we love and we care and we respect them. We're proud of you, Deja. And I know
Thank
your
you.
journey, being there in Hawaii, we're looking forward to experiencing Hawaii with you one day soon. I want you to know that.
Definitely.
I know, with cultural and like what you said, diet and eatings and things of that nature, what I would love for you to do is also join us with, Dr. Jackie alongside with Tangi. We will work you out, girl. They're going to get you
Thank you.
all feeling
I look
super
forward
special
to it.
about yourself, okay? Because when you
Yes.
have accountability partners, that truly matters. I too was at home with my family. I hear a little bit of a clicking noise. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I too was at home in New Orleans. New Orleans have great food. Oh my goodness. Thais can echo that because we both are from New Orleans. And I was around my family members, and everyone was truly probably 30 or 40 pounds heavier. And I could have continued on in that same process, and I could have just stated what we always say when it's in our family, it's our generation. But you know what I did? I wound up helping someone else, and they lost 120 pounds, and I lost over 75 pounds. So, what did I do, guys? I clipped that. No more that stereotype, and we made a difference and change. So, what we're going to do with even with you, Deja, we're going to help you, beautiful. You've already
Yes.
thriving. We're going to keep on celebrating you. We're going to keep raising up, as I said, those pink flowers, but we're going to also make sure we become your accountability partner because we want to see you win all the way through. Miss Janet
Thank
Alvarado
you.
is here. We have Miss Mary Kim that's here alongside Miss Thais Flowers. All of us are right rooting for you. And if you're in the clubhouse and you're rooting for Deja, go ahead on and fill up the hallways with pink and pink flowers as well as pink hearts for our very own Deja. If you're in the clubhouse, whether you're YouTube watching us or you're right there on Facebook watching us, let's fill up everywhere for those pink and pink flowers as well as pink hearts. Miss Janet, pour into amazing Miss Deja.
First of all, thank you, Miss Deja Marie. I love your name, by the way. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today and being a part of the Global Women Wealth Warrior Society. It's gonna be an amazing journey. Being here in this platform, it's changed a lot of us. We are soaring and we are going forward. And Deja, I just wanted to ask you a question. Before you started self-exam, did you know anything about cancer and breast cancer? Was there anybody in your circle that was affected before you got diagnosed with it?
Have it unmute. Just unmute, Miss Deja.
Yes, my best friend of 15 years, Joanna Kalpu, she fought breast cancer twice, and she went home to her sunset this past June. But she's the one who told me, you're doing this surgery, make sure you always check. And yeah, so I was very aware of what somebody goes through because my best friend had went through it. I just never thought it would be me.
May she rest in peace. Thank you, Deja Marie.
Mary Kim. And thank you, Janet, as well, for pouring into Deja. Mary Kim?
Yes, Deja, thank you for being here. Thank you for your vulnerability, your share. I think you're going to help someone just really take. I know you're helping me because I need to do my self exams. I don't, but I have been consistent with seeing the doctor, but I know that's once a year. And so I'm missing out those 12 months between this year and next year. So thank you so much. But I gave you a lot of praise and gratitude for you sharing to your community, being a spokesperson, letting the people in the unit, in the breast cancer unit, that it's okay, like you've survived, and sharing that connection and that story, because sometimes people don't have someone in their lives to help them on that journey of healing or the chemo. And so you being that vessel is, I think, is part of what we all should do, is be a vessel for people who may not have that support, who may need that little extra encouragement, because not everyone has a support team right next to them. They may be in a different city or different town. So thank you so much for sharing your light and your love. And I just keep praying for you and your family. And definitely, sugar is one of the hardest things to get out of and over. And I've never liked soda. I didn't like the bubbles. I was like, oh, I hate the bubbles. And I talk to my sister all the time. She drinks that diet stuff. And I'm like, stop drinking that. Like, I'm still like, you gotta stop drinking that. And, but I know that there's seltzer. There's a thing called soda something. It's this machine where you put like pure seltzer and you can put real flavor, like real lemon stuff in there. Maybe you can use your monk fruit and that to create your own version of a soda that's much healthier. Oh, it's called SodaStream. So try that maybe to get you off that completely. It's terrible. I think you can. There's something like something you can put in Coca-Cola, like a metal thing. I forget what it is, and it comes out clean. That's how much stuff is in there. But I know it's hard. You're gonna get there. I know you will. And thank you for. It's great to connect with you and get to know you a little better. Thank you, Deja.
Mary Kim, you mentioned something about Coca-Colas. And of course, we're in Atlanta, the home of Coke. But what we realize, Cokes are like damaging to us. You can pour on a battery Coca-Cola, and what it would do, it would clean off all the erosion around that battery. So you got to think about that. If it's doing that, I think her screen is frozen. Deja, can you see us? I think her screen is frozen. Maybe she needs to come out, and maybe she needs to leave and come back in. But if it's doing that internally, if it's doing that to a battery, can you just imagine what it's doing to us internally? One of the other things I want to point to this conversation, because it's so important about the statistics, 25% less. They said physically active women are 25% less likely to develop breast cancer. That's those who are inactive. So again, 25% of women who have an active lifestyle, who wakes up with Miss Jackie, who do their abs, who ride and grind right there with our very own Deja, our very own Dr. Tangi, as well as some source in some form of active regimen, they're likely not to get breast cancer because they're of the action. But more than 28 million, that's 28 million, are right now living in the United States. They are breast cancer survivors. 28 million. That's a lot of people. And when we think about that, what are some of the things that we can also do to help with that whole prevention? Because that's what we're talking about right here, the prevention. Our very own Thais Flowers, Miss Thais Mills. I'm wearing my signature hat flower now, beautiful, with the green and the pink because of our focus for this month for breast cancer. How are you doing today, beauty? Unmute.
Hey. Hi.
Hello.
You. Happy Gratitude Tuesday.
Yes, happy Gratitude Tuesday.
It's an honor to be here. And Deja, thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate that. I know she's on her way back in. I'm sure she's on Clubhouse. That was profound. I got my robe on, ladies. I got my pink robe on today. So that's where I'm at with it. I feel like I'm the last one in class. What
Well, of course, you just talking about breast cancer, beautiful, in regarding to women and breast cancer. And I love how even Mary Kim just chimed in regard to stating the importance of just getting tested, right? How many of us right now are not going to get our annual mammograms? How many of us are just not taking, notice of that? And if that is happening, what we need to do is even up our proactive steps and become partners with a corporation or a company that really want to help ladies in that space. I know for sure that's what we've been talking about. So share with us in regard to what your words and your thoughts on that space, Ms. Thais.
When it comes to cancer, I have a very bittersweet spot myself. My mother passed away of ovarian cancer, being as though she was a pharmacist. She was very conscientious of the disease, but it does not discriminate. And I think I have a bittersweet love with it because can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Unlike a car accident or something that's so tragic, you have time with cancer and you have time to make amends and talk about affairs and get your affairs in order. So it makes it better, but no, it really doesn't. And so I never really knew how to approach cancer because I am still so angry that my mom is gone. Which is why, you should do one thing every day that scares you.
Mm-hmm.
And this does, it does scare me because, that's what cancer is. You don't look at it almost until it's at your front door. Like, Deja said something that was really profound. She said her best friend had it. And she never thought she would get it.
Well, what you said is so true. I think what happens too when we put ourselves in a setting of fear or even in a setting of worry, unfortunately, unnecessary diseases also attack our immune system. So not only is it so important for us to be very proactive in learning, bringing about the awareness, but also educating. Education. I can't stress that enough, because the more you know, the more you can truly have a different perspective on things, and that give us a bit of a calming energy as well. My heart goes out to your beautiful mother. You know, I too lost my mother. My mother passed away of melanoma skin cancer, and it's been a blessing, a true blessing, because we can't have it any other way, you know. And because I can't have it any other way, that's why we are taking a, proactive step to help to heal women and to help to build, I guess I would call it an environment that really encourages us to support one another more than ever. When you think about some of those names, Mary Kim, that we talked about, who have had breast cancer, also Thais, you spoke of your mother that had ovarian cancer. Miss Janet, when you think about some of those names that we have right there in the chat, whether they're thriving with cancer, breast cancer, I know our very own Vilma, she's also one that have personal connection with that. My cousin, she's had personal connection. And then I have a dear friend that's been truly fighting for her life. Because when you go through chemotherapy alongside with radiology treatment, it kills all the cells. It kills all of your brain cells. It doesn't go into your system and say, well, I'm just going to focus on this bad cell. It literally damages everything. And so it's a total struggle and a total fight for them to get back on that other side. And I know one of my girlfriends, but you guys get an opportunity of meeting every time. She says, when you call me mommy, always keep up, always talk positive, always make me laugh. Don't make me think about what I'm going through, because it's already here. So that's some words of encouragement. If you know someone going through some hard, some of these unfamiliar areas that they don't want to really tackle, put a smile on their face, make them laugh, send them some flowers, send them one of those Thais Mills flowers, okay, to put a huge smile on their face. Let's get them encouraged, because they already know certain things is out of our control, right, guys? It's out of our control. And because they're in the hands with God now, and they just have to keep doing the right moves and making the right steps. But I'll say this, and this is for everyone. If you know you're dealing with something, please avoid certain foods, avoid certain drinks. Sugar, we already know sugar's right up there high. Even avoid wine. Certain things you just have to avoid, so therefore you could take those preventative steps. Go ahead, Miss Mary Kim. Pour into the conversation, please.
Yeah, thank you. So, Thais, sorry for your loss. I lost my mom at 12, so I know it's okay to be mad. It's okay. And, even a diagnosis, you have time, not always, which leads into what we're trying to share today is preventative medicine. And that's with cancer, that's with anything, thyroid. I learned getting a full physical to work at a school a couple years back that I had left something with my heart was not normal, and I had no idea because I had no symptoms or anything. But I'm so grateful that I had to get that full physical in order to work at the school, that I found this out, because no symptoms does not mean that you don't have a situation. And so I say that out loud. I know we're talking about breast cancer, but definitely get your chest checked out, get your lungs checked, get your heart checked, the EKG, all of that thing. Get your whole physical done, the colonoscopy, everything, because, and even the men can get breast cancer, like we shared earlier. Preventative is the best medicine. And, if we're alive today, we have the opportunity to decide what we put into our bodies. We have a ton of research that we can do. We have people that we can connect to who are specialists in either, the Eastern or the Western medicine, whatever you believe in. Trust that, get yourself checked out, because the only way we can help or get ahead of what may come is if we know what's going on in our bodies. And I always tell everyone that I love that or anyone that's in my circle, if you have a cold for a couple days and you're taking your medicine that usually works and it doesn't, it continues to get worse, that means there's something more serious going on. Go to the doctor. And I know we don't want to go there because then we're like faced with reality, but either way, you're going to face reality. It's either you're going to be ahead of it and be able to do the work to prevent it or get through it, or it's going to slam you in the face and you're like, it's too late. And so I'm loving that we're having this conversation, and you do have the power, and it may take a while to get off that sugar, but you could find other fun methods to like get that little fix without damaging yourself so much. And so I think it's so important we talk about this and to normalize it, if I will say that. So I'm loving this, and it's okay to be mad and angry and sad that a loved one passed, but you have the power today to make a difference. And like, so you're not going through that journey, and the best way we can, and is to share the knowledge and information. It's so crucial. Thank you.
Love it.
I love that too.
Yes.
Thank you, Mary Kim. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Thais, for being here and sharing. And my condolences for your mother. And yes, Mary Kim said, it's okay to be angry, and it's okay. And that just reminded me the story of Susan G. Komen and what she went through when her sister had cancer back in 1982. She promised her sister that she was going to make people aware and talk about cancer and talk about the importance of self-exams and educating ourselves on early detection and being aware of cancer, period. So nearly, it's been going over 4 decades that October has been our National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But I always say, let's not wait till just October. Let's do it every day, monthly, even checkups. Talk to your daughters, talk to your sons, talk to your family members about their bodies and being aware of the different signs within our bodies, educating ourselves. Because it's so important to know your own body. If your body's always speaking to you, you know, it's always speaking to you, and we have to listen to ourselves. And when you eat something and you get heartburn or indigestion, that's just your body telling you that it does not like that food. So let's stop putting it in our bodies. Even though it might taste delicious, our bodies are telling us it's not good for us. So take it away and just be more aware. So thank you so much for this topic, Renee. I so appreciate you kicking this and honoring those loved ones that have survived it, and also passed on and educated us. Because if it wasn't for Susan G. Komen's sister passing away, Susan G. Komen awareness and all she's created within this cancer would not be created. So there's always something to take away from those things that we have lost or gained. So thank you so much, Renee, for sharing this platform. This is Janet. I'm passing the mic.
You're so wonderful. And thank you also for your input. And to be, right on, since 1988, 89, somewhere right around in there, we've literally had more awareness done, more preventative steps. And so really we have seen a decline where it relates to breast cancer. The other side about it is that over 43,000 women and about 530 men will die of breast cancer if they don't really take the necessary steps. So it's reality. So what we want to definitely do is not only continue on spreading the awareness, let's be very proactive. If it is something that stemmed in your family, we know sometimes we just have what it's called, we resort back to what we know with those familiar things. Mom used to cook a certain way, so guess what? I'm going to cook with a whole lot of sugar. I had to stop that, guys. I truly had to stop that, because everything my mom, she always cooked with love and extra sugar. And so once I start pulling back on sugar, even today with my coffee, I drink it with no sugar. My teas, I drink with no sugar. So when you have to be careful of some of the the things that you can fall into a habit because of what your family members have done, you really want to make sure that you don't slip up, because it's easy for us to go to what's so comfortable. And it's hard for sometimes for us to shake over some of those bad habits. But truly, we are in a place right now that we got to make sure we're very proactive in working out, making sure that we're taking the foods or even eating the foods that are rightfully healthy for us. And I say that rightfully healthy for us. Dr. Tangi has an amazing cookbook that really focus on not only just preparing your food, but also how important it is to select the right foods. And even with our children, guys, I'm going to say this, it's not just for women, even with our very own kids. Let's make sure they're not getting all the junk food, the easy, I don't know, gummy bears. To me, I get stuck in my teeth. That drives me insane. But certain foods, we still got to be really, really careful about what it is that we're allowing our kids to eat. From those Cheetos and some of those other things are just not really healthy for us. It's truly not. I'm excited. I'm looking so forward to seeing how we're going to be bringing out so many more great faces on this platform. We've had an opportunity of celebrating so many great individuals right there in the DMV area, and we're looking forward to celebrating you as well. Ms. Janet, who are some of the names that we have in the chat so far that we want to make sure we recognize their name for breast cancer? Do you see that?
Yes, and I just wanted to quickly say, Renee, the video you guys created there in the DMV, I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful, and what a way to kick it off. It was just a beautiful sight. I love it. And if you haven't seen that video, you got to go on Instagram under Renee Noor and look at that video. It's a beautiful video. So the names that we have, first, I want to put my cousin's name, Veronica Alvarado. She survived breast cancer. Unfortunately, something else took my beloved cousin. But she's one definitely cancer survivor who is one of the strongest women that I know. So Veronica Alvarado. We also have one of our Bobby Johnson. He mentioned his grandmother, Betty Johnson, great grandma. She is now a resting angel. Who else do we have? Mother Lucy Goodman, Sandra's mother, Lucy Goodman. First cousin Tabitha Benwo. They are now angels on the throne. Thank you, Sandra, for sharing that. And let me see who else. For now, that's it. But I would love to also say Pepe Alarcon from Mexico City. My uncle. He didn't have breast cancer, but he did have cancer, and he is now an angel. So thank you so much, Renee, for letting me honor them.
Absolutely. Bobby Johnson, right here, one of the men that's in the room with us, he said, as a man, soda makes me feel lazy. Water makes me feel pretty, or make you feel pretty, Mama said. I love that. It's nice when our men like to pour into the conversation as well, and the great part about it, guys, we are in control. We just have to make different decisions. It's how we decide on any and everything. And if we know certain things are going to hurt us a little bit, let's work towards doing the other steps. Let's stay pre-active. If we don't know, make sure you consult with a doctor. We have some right here within the GW3 family, as well as our nurses. We have Ms. Jackie Underwood, alongside we have at least 6 different doctors within the group, and soon to have our very own scientists. So I'm so grateful to say that we've truly been evolving. And let's make sure we go get one of those beautiful flowers by our very own Miss Thais Mills, our very own flower queen over there, as she's shining the spotlight. Miss Thais, what are you going to be doing later on with the GW3 family?
Of course, more than just a painter. I'm also a writer and a poet, and I had a really cool open mic down in the French Quarters down in New Orleans, and Renee suggested something really amazing that we, attempt to recreate that Love Jones type energy. So if you ladies have something that you may want to read, a nice inspirational poem, something that could possibly uplift another, GW3 warrior. No, I'm sorry, GW3 vibe. That's my thing. Raise the GW3 vibes. That would be great. And I'm really excited. I have over 4,000 poems, and so many of them are about inspiring and empowering women. So to have a particular a particular catalyst for it now, it's exciting, and I'm excited, and I'm gonna tell everyone.
That's so wonderful.
And you
So we
look
have the Speak Easy Lounge that's going to be coming up this evening at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Speak Easy Lounge. Whether you're a poet, you're an entertainer, you're an author, you're a songwriter, musician, whatever the case may be, our very own Thais is going to be heading that up. And we have a lot of great entertainers as well as poets that's right here with the GW3 tribe. So we're super excited. Let's give her some love, guys. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes, yes.
Yes. We are tearing Clubhouse up. Like, we are dominating. We are dominating Clubhouse, and I am so for. Like, it's so cool to be on a winning team.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we are grateful that you're here with us, and we're looking forward to connecting and helping to empower so many more. Guys, this has been a special gratitude Tuesday. Thanks again to our very own special guest, Ms. Deja Maria, for being with us, one of our breast cancer survivors. We call her a thriver, and we're looking forward to also honoring many more throughout this whole 31 days of pink. That's why we're wearing pink, because it's because of a cause. And we're looking forward to our series. We kicked off right there in the DMV. Soon we'll be headed to Chicago, Atlanta, and London. That's right. We got our series is going to be taking place in London. So we are all over, and we're just so grateful to keep paying it forward to those who need a voice. If you're looking forward to being a part of a tribe that truly want to support you, not only in your business, but also in personal, want to get the best out of you, make sure you look at the GW3 Warriors. This is our global society, and we're grateful to be able to bring it to you each and every day from Monday through Fridays for our lunch and soar. And then, of course, later on throughout the evening, we have some of our pop-up rooms. Friday, the one and only Ms. Janet Alvarado talks about her family Fridays. And we even have space for the men, guys, even space for the men. So we'd like to thank everyone. Please let everyone know how they can get in contact with you. Janet, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Renee. My name is Janet Alvarado. You can reach me at meetjanetalvarado.com. And that's my 10K card. And if you're interested in receiving a digital business card, they are so much fun to share with others. And it's easier left on your phone than just a paper card that can get lost easily. So thank you so much for being here and listening to today's segment. Global society, definitely you will soar. Join the community. It's an amazing platform, and it has definitely impacted my life amongst others. So let's soar, everyone. Take care. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay wealthy, and stay strong. This is Janet.
Mary Kim.
Oh, she is on mute.
Mute.
It's been a great conversation. Never forget about gratitude, living in your feelings, and taking the steps for preventative medicine, and take ownership of your health and what you put inside. Definitely, you could stay connected with meetmarykim.com. And I like to honor those who've survived breast cancer and may have passed on after that. So my grandmother, Mary Farkas, Lee Bonsanto, has survived. My grandmother passed. My dad passed of lung cancer. He had a month to live. And my friend, Kimberly Fisher, who I spoke about earlier, who I got to see in person this past weekend. So Honor your loved ones if they pass by passing on the message and telling everyone to get checked. I'll yield the mic. Thank you for this platform.
Thais.
Oh, well, I guess, I'm the new girl, and but amazingly enough, I don't feel like it. I want to thank all of you for inviting not just me, but Deja, Mary Kim, Renee, and Janet into your homes, all of our GW3 Vibe Vixens on Clubhouse. It's been an honor to hang out with you guys here. And I'll see you guys this evening at the Speakeasy, where I'm going to be doing a little poetry. And thank you to everyone who's purchasing my designs. This is Misty Mermaid, and she's my pink girl with little embellishments of green, but mainly pink. And you can find her and all my other designs at thaisflowers.com. I'm on Instagram as Thais Flowers, and you can truly just Google me, baby. Okay. And that's it. I think I'm the only one today with a robe on, but y'all know how I roll.
Thank you guys so very much for joining us for this special edition. Not only is it important for us to support breast cancer, but it's so important for us to keep raising those names up so we can honor each person who's thriving in this space. We are grateful that you came into our life because we're very honored to come into your life. And as we continue on knocking down those doors while we're being very proactive in this space, let's go and put a smile on someone else's face for today. Let's raise them up. Breast cancer is truly one of the number one diseases that's taken a lot of women out of their whole warrior status of winning bigger. So let's turn our capes back around. Let's turn that beautiful ribbon into a way where we can keep them smiling. Thank you so much for joining the GW3 Global Society. This has been an honor and a privilege to have you here with us. Now we'll head right back into the clubhouse because that's where we like to bring everything right into one. So we'll say bye for now, and we'll see you guys in the clubhouse.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.